Hey everyone, welcome back to Quick Tech Tutorials. Today I'm going to show you how to combine objects or group them together so you can make multiple objects one piece, or you can even use that tool to make a hole or an indent or a cavity within an object. Alright, so I'm going to go to my basic shapes and I'm going to bring out the box and I'm going to bring out the cylinder for right now. Alright, so the first I'm going to show you guys is how we can group these together. So I'm going to put the cylinder on top of the box. So I know that this cube is 20 millimeters. So I'm going to bring this one up 20 millimeters. All right, and if you looked at my other tutorial, you'll learn about how to align objects. So I'm going to group these together. I'm going to use my align tool. All right, and then we want to align these centered. Oops. There we go. So I have my cylinder directly on top of my cube. Now, if I wanted to make these one object, I'm going to highlight over them again. All right, so left click and drag and highlight them both. And then up top, in this little menu, it says icon group. So when I click that, it makes it all one color now. So now this whole piece is one object, which means that if I were to change the, let's say, the height of something, right, it's going to affect the entire object. Or if I'm changing, right, the width or height, it now is all joined in one shot. All right. Now, as far as the color goes, it doesn't matter what you pick. This is just for design purposes. If you were going to 3D print this part, that is determined by the filament that you would have in your printer. Now, you can join multiple objects, so it doesn't have to just be only two. For example, if I go down to my basic shapes and I were to drag in a pyramid, and I want to put the pyramid on top of this. Let's see if I raise it up a little bit. Again, same thing, left click and drag over everything. I'm going to align this one as best as I can. Let's put that here. Let's put this here. Right, so we'll say that this is, right, it's a little above, but if we were to group these as well, right, we could left click and drag over everything again and click group. Now, if down the road you say, wait, I want to ungroup something, I want to get rid of this cylinder and I want to change the size of it, you can click on it and now you have the option to ungroup. So if I just click on the whole object, I don't have to highlight it this time, just click on it, go up to ungroup. I can now ungroup the objects and again, edit each one individually. Now, in addition to grouping objects to make them one, you can also use this same tool to make a hole in an object. So if you look at your basic shapes, you notice that there's a box and a cylinder that are kind of semi-transparent. That's what you would use to make a cavity in an object. Now again, you could use any shape to make a cavity. It's not just a box or a cylinder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the box and I'm going to grab the sphere. And let's say I want to put an indent in this cube that's the size of the sphere. What I can do is I can, if I raise this up a little bit, all right, we'll say we're going to raise it up 10 millimeters, right, so halfway through the cube. Again, I'll use my align tool just to make them nice and even. You could just freehand drag this over to wherever you would like as well, but I'm going to use the align tool to make it nice and even. All right, so I have my cylinder halfway inset inside my cube. Now, if I click on the sphere, all right, now you see solid as a color, and then you have the option to make it a hole as well. If I click on hole, it now becomes semi-transparent. However, we're not done yet. What I need to now do is group these two together. Pretty much it's saying, hey, we want this void in a solid object to be together with this cube. So if I left click and drag over the two, I'm going to click my group tool. And now you can see that I have, right, the indent of the sphere, excuse me, inside the cube. If you wanted to go all the way through an object and make a complete hole, it's the same thing. All right, so for example, I'm going to grab my my cube here. I'm going to drag my menu over a little bit. I'm going to bring a cylinder in. All right, I'm going to change the size of my cylinder. I want to make it, let's say, 10 by 10. So I'm going to make this 10. I'm going to make this dimension 10. And I'm going to make the height larger than the cube. I'm going to make it, I don't know, 30. We'll make it 30. All right, so again, I can click and drag over these two. If I wanted this hole to be dead center, Right, I'm going to click my align tool. See if I can get it over a little bit. All right, we click. Whoops. All right, so this is now dead center in my cube. Again, I can click on the cylinder, click hole, and left click and drag over the two. So they're both highlighted, click group. And now, if I look through, you can see I have a hole going all the way through my cube. Thanks for watching this tutorial. Please make sure to click subscribe below and turn on notifications, and also follow us on Instagram at quick_tech_tutorials to stay updated on any new tutorials we post.